All right, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So as always, make sure that you feel comfortably settled, feet grounded, back supported against the back of the chair. Relax your hands on your lap and go ahead and close your eyes. Notice how you feel through your neck and shoulders. And if you are holding any tension there or gripping, see if you can release that. Just let the shoulders gently fall away from the earlobes. Allow the sides of the neck and the back of the neck to feel long and relaxed. And even soften through the front of the throat. Draw your attention to your breath, noticing the gentle inflow and outflow of the air. Notice how that affects the movement of your body, your belly, your chest, your shoulders. I'm going to start today with a breathing exercise. I'm going to count for you, 4 counts in and 4 counts out. We'll repeat that twice, and then we'll move up to 5 counts, 6 counts, and so on. The peak will be 8 counts in and 8 counts out. So try to slow down the rate of breath so that it takes you that amount of time, the amount of time of the counts, to reach your full inhale and the full length of counts to empty out for your exhale. So you're going to slow down the breath. Every time we move up a count, you'll go a little bit slower. So begin by taking a nice full breath in. Empty all the way out. And breathing in for 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release all control. Breathe naturally. And go ahead and float your eyes open. And begin to circle your head and neck around. In reverse directions. And come right back to center. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears. Release them down. Begin to roll your shoulders back now. Big scooping circles. Feel the shoulder blades moving on your back. And roll them forward. And release. Now drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Add your right hand to cup your left ear. If you wish, take your left hand down by your side, reaching the fingertips down towards the ground. Turn your head now so that you're facing down past your right armpit towards the ground, cupping the back of your head, drawing it forward and down. And then press up into your hand, turn back to center, let it go, shrug your shoulders up, release them down. Once again, shrug them up and release. And then drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Add your hand to cup your right ear. And if you want a little more, reach the right hand down, fingertips towards the ground. Keep breathing. Go ahead and turn your head now. Your gaze goes down to the floor, past your armpit. Cup the back of your head, drawing forward and down. And then press into your hand and turn back to center, release. Roll your shoulders back again. Roll them forward. And now bring your fingertips to your shoulders, elbows straight out by your sides, and then roll through the shoulders again, making big circles with your elbows. And reverse directions. And let that go. Gentle fists with your hands. Begin to roll the wrists around. You can have some movement in the elbows and the shoulders. Reverse directions. Bring your arms all the way up overhead, wide fingers, spread them apart as wide as you can. Then make gentle fists. As you bring your arms down by your sides, roll your wrists out. This time, try to keep your elbows fairly straight. Bring your arms back overhead, spreading the fingers wide. Again, gentle fists, opposite direction with the wrist rolls as you bring your arms down, keeping the elbows straight. Good, let that go. Give your hands a little shake. Open and close your fingers a few times, making sort of flashlights with your fingers. And then bring your hands to your lap. Keep your spine straight. So a straight line all the way from your seat to the crown of your head. And as if you were, as if you had a rod in your back, keeping your spine stick straight, stir it around over your hips. Try to keep your spine stick straight. So hold your tummy muscles in to support it and swirl around. So you'll feel the shift of weight in your sit bones as you move. And then reverse directions. Keeping your spine stiff, right? So no forward back bend, no side bend, no twisting. And back to center. Now we're going to do the same sort of movement, but this time we're going to move the spine. So imagine, if you will, moving the rib cage forward, right? So you're arching through your back. Your low back has a deep bend in it now. And then reach your rib cage to one side and then back behind you to the other side and forward. So now you're swirling around over your hips, moving through your spine. Stir it around. Big scooping movements. And then reverse directions. Get as much movement as you can, really snaky. And back to center. Now move from your hips. So the spine will move in response, but think about moving from the pelvis. So tip your pelvis forward as if you were tipping the water out of a bowl in front of you. And then tip to one side. Tip your pelvis back like you're tipping water out the back of the bowl behind you and over to the other side. So that's going to be the movement now. Tip forward, side, back, side. Okay, so you're moving similar to what we just did, but the movement is initiating now in the hips. You're thinking about moving the pelvis, and the spine simply moves in response. Okay, and then we're going to reverse directions. Over to one hip, tip the bowl forward, to the other hip, tip the bowl back. Okay, moving through the pelvis, stirring it around. And come back. Sit tall. Hold the sides of the chair for support. Extend your legs out in front of you and start to swirl your ankles around. Go the other direction. And then relax one foot to the ground, and with the opposite foot, pull the toes back towards your kneecap. Curl your toes, point your foot forward, toes towards the ground. Pull your toes back, pull the whole foot back. Curl the toes, point it forward. So we're going to move like that a few times. So you're initiating the movement from the toes. Toes curl, foot points. Toes pull back, foot flexes back. Okay? And then release that foot to the ground, lift the opposite. Curl your toes, point your foot, pull your toes back, flex your foot. Keep that movement going. One more time. And let it go. Bring your arms all the way up overhead with a deep breath. And then stretch them out in front of you. Cross the right arm over the left. So you're crossing approximately at the elbow. And start to circle your arms around. So maybe you're feeling some stretch in the upper back, across the backs of the shoulders possibly. Open that up. Opposite arm on top. Left arm over, right arm under. Circle it around. And bring it back. Put your palms together like you're making a prayer shape and draw your elbows out wide. Imagine picking your elbows up towards the ceiling and dropping your wrists towards the ground so that you're stretching out the hands and the wrists and the forearms. And then turn that over so the backs of the hands come together, meeting at the wrist, elbows drop down, wrists pull up. And it's just the idea of it. You probably won't see much actual movement happening there. But it's a really great stretch for the wrists and the forearms. And then let that go, give it a little shake. One hand out in front of you like you're saying stop, drop back on the fingers, and then point the hand down, gently stretching the top of the wrist. Opposite hand. Pull the fingers back, fingers point down, a gentle press on the wrist. Once again, arms straight out in front of you, cross right over left at the elbow. So options here are to take your hands to your shoulders or to bring the backs of your arms together, the backs of the forearms together, or to have the palms meet, wrapping all the way up, okay? So option 1, option 2, option 3. Doesn't matter which one you choose. circle around. So your elbows are drawing circles in front of you. Bring them up as high as you can. Drop them down. So you're really moving through the shoulder joint. You're stretching the back. Reverse directions. And let it go. Roll your shoulders back, loosen it up, and then just relax for a moment. Take a breath. And let it go. Cross left arm over right. You could make the same choice on this side. You could make a different choice, right? You'll see how it feels. So hands to shoulders, or backs of the hands together, or palms together. Circle around. Make the circles really big as you can, developing more mobility in the shoulder joints. Reverse directions. And this time, arms all the way up, free them up overhead. Drop your right hand back behind your neck. Take your left hand to your right elbow and draw it back. You're aiming to get the elbow over the shoulder as much as possible, right? So just do your best. It might not come all the way up over the shoulder. Just do your best. Let that go. Relax a moment. And then the left arm reaches up, hand drops back, grab a hold of your elbow, draw it back over your shoulder. Keep breathing. And let it go. Now, both arms up, clasp hands together, and flip that back behind your head to the base of your neck. Squeeze your elbows together so they're pointing straight up to the ceiling. Lean your head back into your wrists so the elbows move up towards the ceiling, the chest moves forward and up, maybe the gaze lifts up. Keep breathing here. And let it go. Relax for a moment. Let your hands come to your lap. Let the shoulders relax. Interlace your hands behind your head. This time, elbows out wide. Draw them wide, left and right. Squeeze your shoulder blades back, together on your back, elbows moving back. Tip back so that, once again, you're resting your head back into your hands, gazing up, feeling hopefully a stretch through the chest. And come back to center. Draw those elbows together again. Lift them up towards the ceiling. Lift your gaze. Side bend a little bit to the left. Doesn't have to be a big movement. And then side bend a little bit to the right. And come back to center. Keep your hands behind your head. Bring your elbows towards each other. Tip your head down. It's a gentle pull up on the back of the head to stretch the back of the neck. Come back up to center. This time you can do the same thing, just gently stretching the back of the neck, or you could go down a little further and stretch out through the upper back, curling the spine. You might feel this all the way down your spine to your low back. Be easy, don't pull too hard on the head, just be gentle. And come back up, let it go. Relax your arms, rest your hands, take a breath. Right hand comes to the seat or the leg of the chair. Left arm draws up. Left hand behind your head. Support your head. Take a side bend to the right. Reach your left elbow to the right. Holding your head for support. Come back up. Left hand comes down to the chair for support. Right hand comes up. Drop it back. Hold the back of your head. Side bend. and come back up. Both arms reach high, deep breath. Take a twist to your right, and then let your hands come down and let them land wherever you like to support the twist. As much as possible, take your gaze back past your right shoulder. Come back to center, arms reach up high, deep breath, twist left. Again, gaze back over the left shoulder as much as possible. You do want to encourage range of motion in your neck. And come back to center. Hands to your knees. Take a deep breath in. As you do so, shoulders move back, chest lifts up, maybe your gaze lifts. As you breathe out, curl back through your spine. Drop your head, round your shoulders. Breathe in, lift the chest, shoulders back, gaze up. Breathe out, curl inward. One more time. Inhale for a back bend. Exhale for a forward bend. And come back up, sit tall. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, look up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to knees, forward bend. Press up to sit tall. Same action, breathing in, lift up. Breathing out, hands to heart. Breathe in, little back bend, look up. Breathe out, forward bend, hands to your knees. One more time like that. Press up, sit tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, look up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to knees and forward bend. Press up, sit tall. Widen your legs left and right so that the feet are wider than the chair legs and they're pointing out slightly to the sides. Feet that are about a 45-degree angle or so, and have your knees tracking over the middle of each foot. Sit tall, draw your belly in, support your spine, lift your heels. Drop your heels, lift your toes. And same thing, toes come down, heels lift up. Drop your heels, lift your toes. I'm going to keep that action going. Lifting, and then lifting the toes. Heels lift, heels drop, toes lift, toes drop. Take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Hands are supporting the back of your skull. Draw your belly muscles in. Sit tall. Take a side bend. Tip your right elbow towards your right knee. Come back up. And then over to the left. Left elbow towards left knee. And come back up. Be sure that you're holding your belly muscles in the whole time as we move so that you're strengthening the core muscles of your body. This is a great strengthener for your abdominal muscles and the side waist muscles that wrap around your waist, your obliques, your transverse abdominis muscles. Couple more times. One more time to the right. And up, and one more time to the left. And come back up. Keep your hands behind your head. Keep your spine straight and your belly in, and turn to your right. Come back to center, turn to your left. And center. Again, side and center and side And center, release your hands for a moment. Take a break, have a little breath here. Once again, hands behind your head, elbows wide. This time, left elbow towards right knee. Draw your belly in and then twist and dip and come back up. Twist and dip to the other side and come back up. Each side again. Keep pulling the belly muscles in so you feel supported. One more time each side. And relax your hands. Take your right forearm to your right thigh, so you're resting on your forearm. Draw your left arm straight up overhead, and then draw it over to the right. So you're side bending to the right, leaning down towards the right thigh. Try not to jam your shoulder up by your ear, but instead roll that shoulder down and away from the right ear. So you're pressing into the leg to create length in the side of the neck. And come back up, left forearm to left thigh. Again, press the shoulder away from the ear rather than hiking up. You're gonna press into the forearm. Reach the right arm up and then reach it over to the left. Keep that left shoulder drawing down away from your ear. And come back up. We'll do the same thing again. You have the option to increase the challenge if you wish. So you can either do the same thing we just did with the forearm on the thigh and the left arm drawing overhead, or you can move the right arm down the inseam of the right leg, coming lower, pushing the arm and the leg together to create support. So it's a little more challenging. You see if it feels right for you. If not, stay up higher. And come back up. Same thing other side. Either the forearm on the thigh with the side bend, or the forearm and the leg moving together, pushing into each other, deepening the side bend. And come back up. Draw your legs back together and come up to stand. And come around to the back of your chair for support so that you can have your hands to the back of your chair. I'm going to turn mine sideways so that you have a better view, but you don't need to change your orientation. So keeping your right leg in front, step your left leg back and bend both knees. So you've got a little bend in both knees. It doesn't have to be really very deep, okay? And then press into straight for both knees. So straighten both legs and then bend both knees. Again, straighten and bend. And straighten. And this time you might bend a little more deeply. If it's not appropriate for your knees, then don't. It's quite challenging to bend deeply. And press up and step forward. And then step back with the right leg, the left leg is in front, and bend both knees. A slight bend, not a deep one yet. Okay? Straighten through both legs, bend through both legs. And straighten and bend. Straighten this time. If you want to take the bend deeper, go deeper. And straighten and step forward, relax. Once again, stepping back with the left leg. This time, plant the whole foot down. So the left leg is going to stay straight and the right knee bends. All right, so it's more of a warrior one shape. Back leg is straight. The whole left foot is planted, sealed down on the ground. So you'll need to angle the foot slightly in order to seal the foot down. Okay? Front knee is bent. Lift the right arm up. Straighten the right leg and bend. And straighten and bend. One more time, straighten and bend. Hand comes down, step forward, and then step back with the right leg. Pivot the foot down so the whole foot is sealing down to the mat, and bend the left knee. So right leg is straight, left knee is bent, left arm lifts. Okay, and then straighten through the front leg and bend. Straighten and bend and straighten. One more time, bend the knee, bring your hand down, step forward, and stand tall. So standing right up by the back of the chair, hands on the chair for support. Pull your belly in, drop your tailbone down, and then lift up to your tiptoes. And release. Again, lift up and down and up and down. This time, come up and see if you can hold. See if you can stay up. Maybe you might even lift an arm. If you've lifted an arm, bring it down and then lift the other arm. And bring it down, release your heels to the ground, bend your knees. Heels are planted, knees are bent. So you're stretching out the backs of the calves now. Press up and come back to sit. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. Sit tall. Get heavy through the right knee. Imagine it moving down towards the ground. If this is plenty and you've got a nice stretch in your hip, stay here. If you want more stretch, lean forward. And come on up, sit tall. Now keep the right leg on top and slide the right knee over the left knee. Squeeze the shins together so that you're really magnetizing your legs in towards each other. If you want, you can hook the right foot around the back of the left calf, but you don't have to do that. You could just squeeze the shins together. And then lean forward. So you're leaning your belly and your chest down towards your thighs. Come up, sit tall, keep the legs as they are, bring your left hand outside your right thigh and take a turn to the right. Back to center, unwind your legs. Left ankle above right knee. Sit tall, get heavy through that left knee. Imagine it moving down to the ground. Feel the stretch in the hip, the outer hip area on the left. Again, you can lean forward if you need more sensation of stretch. If you don't need it, don't do it. And come on up. Now wrap the left knee over the right. Again, you can squeeze together at the shins or wrap the foot around the back of the calf, but don't just let it kind of hang there and flop, right? I want active squeezing together, everything drawing in towards the midline, okay? And then lean forward. Chest and belly coming down towards your thighs. Come back up, sit tall, take your twist. So the right hand's gonna come outside the left thigh. You'll take your twist to the left. Come back to center, unwind the legs, extend the right leg out so that the right knee is straight. You'll need to scoot forward towards the edge of the chair, okay? So be sure you are still supported on the chair, but the right leg is straight, the left knee is bent. Lean forward, you can support on the left thigh. lean your body forward, reach down to your calf or maybe your ankle, or maybe you can even find your toes on the right leg. But wherever you are, keep the right knee fairly straight so that you're stretching through the back of the leg. You feel it in the hamstrings, maybe the calf muscles, especially if you're pulling the toes back towards your kneecap. And come back up, bend the right knee, extend the left leg, lean forward, supporting on the right thigh. And then again, reach down. So you might reach just down for your shin or your calf, might be the ankle, it might be your toes. Wherever you are is totally fine. Just make sure that you're feeling a gentle to medium stretch in the back of the left leg. Thigh, calf muscle might be down towards the ankle, could be all of the above. And rebend the knee, draw it back in. Sit back in your chair so that you're supporting your back and the back of your hips all the way back into the chair. Feet planted on the ground, hands resting on your thighs. Close your eyes. Once again, draw your attention back to your breath. And we'll try that same exercise that we began the class with, the stair step from 4 counts to 5, all the way up to 8 counts in and 8 counts out. Do your best to lengthen the time it takes you to fill up and empty out. As much as possible, breathe through your nose. And if it becomes too much, you can stop anywhere along the line. So if 5 counts is your max, stay there. That's completely fine. So we'll begin with a deep breath in. Empty out. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it go. Breathe naturally. Release any manipulation. Soften where you can. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Feel the natural, unfettered breath. Relaxing the muscles across the neck and shoulders. The little muscles around your mouth. And then let your next breath fill you up again. Deep breath. And let it go, release. Float your eyes open. Sit tall, drawing your shoulders up over your hips. Stretch your arms all the way up overhead with a deep breath. And bring your hands together, draw them down to the center of your chest in Anjali Mudra, that shape that means an offering or a gift. Anjali is an offering. And we'll just take a gentle bow to each other. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day.